Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Sky Factory 3. In the last episode, we were working on blood magic. Specifically, we developed a, we didn't develop, we set up a ritual that will automatically harvest our villagers and give us tons of blood. In fact, not only have I off-cameraed a bunch of blank slates and even demonic slates and reinforced slates, we have an entirely full soul network, the most we can currently have. So all in all, pretty good, gotta say. So yeah, that was a pretty good success. And now today we're gonna finish up blood magic and be completely done with it. Probably won't go back to it for anything because there's not much reason to. And yeah, a couple things I should mention. One, I don't remember if we set this up last time. Just put an ender hopper with a gold chest underneath it to pick up the loot bags that sometimes drop from the villagers. And I went ahead and I had to rework our crafter system because this filled up, and when this filled up, we had a ton of items backpiled at the grinder because of the wither skeletons, specifically due to the loot bags not getting filtered through. As you can see, we don't have that much armor stuff anymore because we've gotten rid of a lot of that. We're voiding a lot of it out. But all I did was I put a export that is exporting legendary loot bags so that they go into the loot bag opener, and that seems to have fixed it. I mean, obviously that would. That prevents this little output from getting backfilled, which prevents everything getting backfilled. So yeah, just a minor little thing. I also went ahead and collected a bunch of will, and was there anything else? Not really. Haven't really done too much work on anything else. But yeah, today what we're going to focus on is primarily blood magic, and then we're going to work on a little bit of the, what's it called, the terrain scanner stuff, and anything else we can find. We're not going to get too deep into, like, setting up our power or, you know, getting the draconic stuff set up a little bit better or anything like that. But yeah, so let's just get started, and let's look at the achievement book. What we need to do. So we need three things. We need to create a tier 5 blood altar. Currently we have a tier 4, I do believe. Yes, tier 4. We just need to get some runes for tier 5, so that's not too bad. We need to obtain the living armor. And living armor is actually all the same. It's all binding reagent with iron armor, so not too bad, not too difficult. Should be able to get that done pretty quickly. And then the last thing is use the Sigil of the Phantom Bridge to walk over the void. I've never actually used the Sigil of the Phantom Bridge, so that should be fun, first of all. But making it is pretty straightforward. It requires a demonic slate and Phantom Bridge reagent, so nothing too difficult there. So we should honestly be done with this very soon, but we need to get some blocks first. We're going to need 52 more, well, 51, I guess. More blank runes, and you know, they're not called blood runes, they're blank runes. Blank runes, there we go. So blank runes, just a bunch of stone really is all it takes, and we're gonna make a couple stacks of them. I guess a stack and a half, and see how many more we need after that. So we put those there. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of stone. How much stone do we actually have? Ugh, rain. Let's see. We have a lot of stone. Okay. Let's just grab a bunch of it and get to crafted. So, just grab a blood orb. Doesn't matter which, really. And... oh, really? You're only going to make one. Oh, because it can't stack the blood. Right. That's why. So it only makes a single stack worth of stuff, or single item worth of stuff, because the Magician's Blood Orb doesn't stack. And so the game doesn't like that. But there is a stack of blank runes, and yeah, the blood orb kind of doesn't like what we're doing here, but oh well. And let's just get all of those, and cool. So we have a little over a stack and a half of blood runes, blank runes, whatever. So yeah, once we fill these guys in, that will be yet another layer done. And then that should put us to a tier 5 altar. And it should be like 52, if my math is correct. I believe it's 13 each side. So we should have 12 left. And it looks like we're going to. So presumably this will be a tier 5 altar. Now, I've talked about this before, but I do want to go ahead and make a pseudo tier 6. So yeah, there's a tier 5 altar. And we could probably... Nope, we can't store any more blood. So a pseudo tier 6 is going to take how many more? So 1, 2... You know, it'd be easier if we just do something like this. So this would be 12 plus 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wow. Okay, so we can get one more set here, which will not be a problem. And we cannot make actual, like, an actual tier 6 altar because the capstone up here we cannot get. So it's 19. So we need 12 and 19. That's not too bad. We should be able to do that without having to make any more runes. We're going to take a demonic slate because we are going to need that. So 3 there, 3 there, and then 12. And that should be enough. So 31. So let's just get like 3 stacks. That should be more than enough. And then we have to get back down underneath here and make some more runes. So with this taken care of, all we need to do now is make the void stone that we're going to use in place of the crystal clusters. Just kind of a reminder, the crystal clusters from blood magic require, those are the same texture, or at least the same texture as they used to be. Require these crystal clusters. We would need to have these crystal clusters to make an actual tier 6. But those are not in this version of blood magic. I don't know if they were ever re-added or not. I honestly haven't like kept up with latest release edition whatever of blood magic. So I don't know if they were ever re-added or if something else was re-added. But there used to be a whole demon summoning thing. I've done it on this channel a couple of times. I don't remember if the Sky Factory 2.5 had it or not. I don't remember, but yeah. So I've done that kind of stuff a couple of times on this channel, but it's kind of tedious, and they removed it. And they just haven't really rebalanced the ending yet. But eventually it'll probably happen. Anyways, we need to make some void stone. And this stuff is pretty straightforward to make. We're going to actually use the purple blocks because we have that. And actually makes more, but we only need 4. But the question is, which 4 do we want? And this is, again, purely decorative. Does not make a difference whatsoever. But I like the metallic and the raw. That's the primal void stone. So if we look at this texture, it's kind of... get the mouse over. Let's... crystal cluster. So this crystal cluster, this bottom one, is kind of nice, and I think it looks... it's a lighter purple than the primal voidstone that is this one. That looks nice. We're going to go with that one. And not that it matters. Again, this is purely decorative, just to kind of make things look finished with the blood altar. At least a little bit more. F7, yeah, we are going to have to light it up. So we're going to find actually a different light source, I think. Aren't there lamps that are... Do we have access to like flat lamps or anything like that? Neon... Okay, DecoCraft has lamps. We could make a blood lamp. You know what? We're going to make a blood lamp. And that's how we're going to light these up. Because I think that's going to be more fitting. And then we can get rid of all the torches up here. Eventually. I will probably do that on my own. But, anyways. We have a tier 5 altar. We have a pseudo tier 6. It's grand. So, let's grab our gem. And we're going to need 4 binding reagents. So that is redstone, glowstone, gold, and gunpowder. And then we're also going to need the sigil, so we're going to need 2 soul sand, obsidian, and stone. So let's go grab the 2 soul sand. Soul sand and stone. We'll just grab one from here. Why not? We're also going to need, for the blood lamp, glowstone. Let's go ahead and get blood lamp. We're going to need glowstone, a torch, and 2 redstone. And let's go ahead and sleep so we can get rid of this rain. But yeah, so we'll make the blood lamp, and what the blood lamp is just it's just a light source that uses your soul network rather than actual items. It's kind of nice. It's super useful because it's a projectile. But which one do we need to use first? So this one requires 600 will minimum. This one requires not much. And that one requires 4. So we need to make the sigil first. So let's do that. And then we also need to go grab iron armor. So before we forget, let's go ahead and do that. We have a bunch of it. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. So there's that. And then we make 4 of those. And I guess while we're waiting on that, we can go ahead, grab our arcane ashes, and put that down with demonic slate and the reagent. Alright, we have 4 of those. Let's get the blood lamp one as well. And there's the sigil of the void. Sigil of the phantom bridge. Whatever. Alright, so we have blood lamp and then the binding reagents. A lot of the stuff is work in progress, so it's gonna be kind of not much of a light show. But blood lamp, immune slate. This one looks like it's been activated. And we'll get the blood lamp. Cool. So let's go ahead and make all of these. And I'm just going to wait until they're all done, just in case. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. We'll make all of this stuff. We'll check it all off. And I've never actually used the sigil of the Phantom Bridge. So that will be a new one for me. But there is the living helmet. And these all need to be bound to ourselves. There goes the soul lamp. Blood lamp, rather. So if we shoot it out, you can see it's a really hard to see particle. But there is actually a hitbox, and you can break it. But it's super nice. So we'll use that to make lights around here. It'll be a lot nicer than everything else. So, and I believe it's the same as a torch. It's just a particle. It doesn't look bad, and it's pretty well hidden. All right, last piece is the chest plate, and then we need to figure out how the void thing works. But yeah, the living armor is really good. It's slightly worse than, it's like in between iron and diamond, I do believe. But the cool thing is it's connected to your soul network, so it gives you different things, and it used to be even better. Hold Shift and M for progress. It doesn't tell me anything. But yeah, so the living armor is really kind of cool. But I haven't used it in the newer version, and I don't plan on it because we have Supremium now. We'll eventually have Draconic, which is much better. So there is living armor. We have that. Let's go ahead and put that away. The Sigil of the Blood Lamp, like I said, I will probably come back up here later. Let's go ahead and do it for the corners. Just so you guys can see a little bit what it looks like. But if we F7, it's basically blank. And like I said, you can shoot this as far as you want. It uses very little of the soul network. So yeah, it's really nice. The other thing is if you hit an entity, they'll catch on fire. So you can use it as a weapon to a very limited extent. But yeah, the blood lamp is pretty cool. Very useful. Now let's figure out how to work the Phantom Bridge. Also, we still have plenty of blood because our blood orb is still in the thing. But yeah, if you want to read about living armor, tells you about it. But basically, does the armor offer more protection? You know, is usually what you want to see. But ultimately, living armor is something that is it kind of adapts to however you play. You run around a lot, you'll start going faster. If you take a lot of damage, you might get, hit, you might get more resistance or something like that. And there's upgrade tomes. You can kind of force it to go different ways. It is quite literally living, which is kind of neat, but not something I really care too much about. So let's see if we can find Phantom Bridge. Alright, how does this work? Activated while users on solid ground. Okay, when you are shifting in the air, the bridge will be instead formed directly underneath you, allowing you to catch yourself. Okay, so basically, there we go. There we go. So this is how it works. And it doesn't seem to be using too much blood, but hey, we're over the void. We're going to walk out this way just a little bit. This is actually really cool. And it sticks around for a little bit, so you could theoretically run. It keeps up. That's impressive. Alright, cool. Just don't get stuck in it. So it's deactivated. That's fine. But we went over the void. Therefore, we used it to go over the void. Alright. So that is pretty much it for blood magic. We don't have to do anything else with blood magic ever again. I don't know that there's any use to doing too much more with blood magic, to be honest. but it's there if we want to. I might replace the torches, I might not. I don't know. I definitely wanted the blood lamp for the capstones on these pillars, just because it'll look a lot better. Anyways, for the rest of today's episode, what I want to start working on is, I don't think it might have been last episode we started. If we head over to Big Chest Island, yeah, we have this chunk, and it's not a very good chunk, but it is a chunk that's starting to be developed from the terrain scanner. But the problem is the terrain scanner just uses a ton of power, so I want to have something that's a little bit more passive power, so that we can, you know, generate chunks wherever we want to, set it, forget it, and not have to worry about, you know, draining resources from our actual base. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some solar panels, and so we need to tell the system how to make those, and we're going to try to go pretty high up on the solar panels, in terms of, is there anything of this that we need? I don't think so. So I had all that stuff kind of prepped with the search bar, but we're going to want some pretty good solar panels. Now the first question I have, we have up until solar panel 6. Alright, so solar panel 7 requires Dragon's Breath. Alright. And do we know how to make the photovoltaic cells? 4. I think that's the highest it gets. Yes, okay. So solar panel 8s require dragon eggs. Now that is not easy, because it requires a dragon heart and a lot of things I don't like. So this generates 8,000 per tick. I think that's good enough. So we have the solar panel. There we go. Now the question is, do we have Dragon's Breath? And if we don't, can we go get Dragon's Breath fairly easily? We have 9. That's not much. So let's make one of these solar panels. It's going to be a lot of work, and we're missing redstone torches. It doesn't know how to make those. Alright, that is simple enough. We can teach redstone torches, and it's probably for this. I think it was this one. Yeah, cool. Actually, we could probably just do this right here. Solar panel. I just want to make one of these. It's going to make 2. Yeah, it is going to make 2. But it looks like we have everything else. Now, a really quick question that I'm not entirely sure the answer to. Can you make Dragon's Breath? No, you cannot. So to get Dragon's Breath, we have to actually fight the dragon, or a dragon, that is. So that will kind of do its thing. And I guess while we're waiting on it, let's take a look at what else we have in here. So let's start from the beginning and see what challenges we have left. So wood age, completely done. Stone age, completely done. Farming age, completely done. Growth crystals or growth accelerators to speed up crop growth. Okay. Let's see, growth crystals. There is 3 tiers, but it requires a dragon egg. That's unfortunate. Growth accelerators are pretty straightforward to make. Do we have any of this stuff? We might actually. We have some growth accelerators, and we have a growth crystal. I've never understood how these work. We need greenhouse glass, diamantine crystals, okay, this is, oh no, that's empowered palace crystal. So we need prismarine and cyan. And then palace would be lapis. So we need 2 of these. Cyan, we have plenty. And then prismarine, We also have plenty. We need 6 of those. All right. Empower. Do we still have that set up somewhere? Or yeah, it's over here. We need to do that one thing. You know, set it up right. So we'll see how much this takes. There's 750. We need to get the palace crystals. That's what I was talking about. So those just pop in right here. We laser them. Hard to hear because of the sound thing, but put that there. That's using power, whatever. Just want to make sure. Music hostile creatures, we can turn up a little bit. Friendly creatures. Okay. So I don't know how much power this actually takes, but we should be fine to do this. And then the hope is that the solar panels will give us the terrain generation, and we'll just put these growth crystals as water sources for our giant farm. Okay, so it's just 50,000. Whoops. That is not what I wanted. Alright, palace crystal, cyan, prismarine, and they were all basically the same. So that will be done in just a moment. We could automate that. I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. Mostly just because we don't use it that often. But maybe it would be. Most of the stuff is pretty easy to come by regardless. If we end up using a lot of actual additions, we'll probably go ahead and automate it. But for now, I think making these things as needed is not too much of a hassle. So we need 2 sets of those. And there is the crystal tier 2. So there is one. And presumably, because this guy, if we show the range, yeah, that was the range. We have the range. Let's go. This works in a 9x9. There's water there. Let's grab some dirt, which we should have. We're going to F7 this. Put that there for now. And we're going to fill in this area with dirt. And very slowly, we're going to get this kind of taken care of in terms of getting the crops. Currently, I don't know what crops we're going to grow, but this is, for the record, our... How many do we need? I don't remember how many we need. 20 different crops with an automatic farm with an octadic capacitor. So nothing too major there. And presumably, it heavily depends on what we can actually do. But presumably, there won't be too much of an issue. You know, I really don't like this being up against here. I'm going to move it over 1 block in both directions. And then we're going to go grab a wand to make this a little bit easier. So it needs to move here. And we need a bucket as well. So that will be a little bit nicer. That's an egg. And then we can make this go a little bit easier. I don't really care if things spawn, to be honest, because yeah, I don't care. There's no threat to us really. So let's grab a bucket. And then we're also going to want a wand. We'll just use an iron wand. It's as easy. And nothing spawned down here. It's fine. Alright, so water moved. Farming station. Show range. Cool. Perfect. We'll put torch there, and torch right here. Awesome. Let's get rid of that range. And we're not going to set up the crops right now. We're just going to get everything else ready. And part of this is I want to see where exactly we're going to need to put these growth crystals. Assuming that they work the way I want them to. But we'll get to that in due time. Alright, so that is taken care of. And we need a little bit more dirt. So we're going to get just a normal mattock or something and see if we can make things a little bit better when it comes to where we put stuff. So let's get this all finished up. There's something spawned this time. It's a spider. Goodbye. So let's finish up this. Cool, so that's all the dirt we need. Now we can actually start working on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what will hydrate to there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. If we put something here, one, that's a light source. I think that'll work. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it should hydrate this. It's already hydrated this. So we actually don't need the water here. So I'm going to get rid of the water just so that we have more access to this machine. That's the sole reason. I'll probably bust that open one of these days, but it's going to be where, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Right here. So it should be diagonal 1, 2, 3, and then to the, should be diagonal 2 from there. So 1, 2, it should be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that'll work. So this is a 9x9 farm, and diagonal 2 right here, right here. So we're going to put torches there for right now, just so we don't have mob spawns or anything like that. But yeah, we'll get this set up. We'll get this guy taken care of, and then we just need to figure out what 20 crops we're going to grow. Probably wheat and all that kind of stuff will be givens, but what else, I don't know. Anyways, let's get rid of all this stuff, and we'll be able to check that off once we actually start growing stuff. And I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if we're going to put it into the system. I mean, we have plenty of storage space, so probably. Anyways, solar panels. It is still working. It's going to take some time. It's making, actually, it's not going to take much longer. So let's look back at this guy. Octuple compressed cobblestone. How are we doing on that? We have 17 sextuple. That's not too bad. So that is what? Almost 2 septuple? So we're getting there. This is obviously going to take some time, and we can always make it better with more cobblestone generators. These generate quite a bit, but I mean, we could always get more. The other question is, those do not have, we need to get that maxed out. So conduit speed upgrades. We need to make more of those. In fact, let's teach the system how to make it, because those are really important. So conduit speed upgrades. Let's see. We know how to make iron. We have electrical steel. We should have. We also know how to make it. Pistons. We know how to make, and redstone torches. We know how to make. Cool. So let's get like, oh, I don't know, a stack of those would probably be good, just to kind of make sure we have plenty. But for now, we're going to take like a handful of them, and the compressed is just counting up. So if we put max number in there, is it going faster? I can't tell. But regardless, I think it's a good thing to go ahead and do. Maybe a little bit faster. I don't know. But these should be able to keep up with the extraction, and it should be a lot better. Anyways, solar panel. We have it yet? We do. We have 2 solar panels, 7s. I had to think about that one for way too long. Oh well. Don't care about accidentally picking up those items. So let's head over here. And we're going to just hook these straight up to this guy and see if it makes much difference. Terrain scanner. So that is getting a decent amount of power. So I will tell you guys what. I'm going to let this run and just kind of hang out here. And then next time we'll set it up somewhere else and we'll start working on, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm probably going to also get the rest of the growth things, growth crystals, tier 2. And I think the next thing we should start working on somewhat heavily is either power or automating draconic stuff. We're going to need to get some more hearts. I'll have to farm that. But more than anything, just trying to get that stuff automated is going to be best. This is actually not going to take that long. It's already near the top. So, yeah, I'll find another place, and we might go ahead. I might go ahead and get all these done. Yeah, so there's one taiga chunk completed. So show map, and this stuff can also scan chunks, but I'm gonna figure out what other chunks I'm gonna want. But this looks really nice. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hi there. Who are you? Vadis? Okay. Obviously things are going to spawn in here because it is dark. We have night vision though, so it doesn't look like it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next time we'll have some more fun and hopefully get some more work done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!